Hi everybody, I'm going to walk you through the assignment for Tuesday 3/24, and this assignment is all about how similes can drive meaning in poetry. So for part one, we're going to review what a simile is. A simile is a figure of speech involving the comparison of one thing to another thing of a very different kind, and you need to use a word such as like or as. It is used in poetry or any writing to make a description more emphatic, to emphasize something, or to create some kind of vivid image and attach a deeper meaning to one or more of the objects. So there's a link here, and you can click reviewing the use of similes. You should see me highlighting it here on the screen. And when you go here, such as I am going to do right now, it should take you and prompt you to make a copy of that Google Doc reviewing similes. And once you make that copy, you have your definition up here at the top, and you can go through and you are doing these particular examples just to practice. There's an example here for you, and then you will type your answers down here in the box. Going back to the lesson itself, you're going to read a poem called Harlem by Langston Hughes. It's helpful to know a little bit about the poets before we complete the poem and the lesson. So if you click here, Langston Hughes 101, it's going to take you to a website at the Poetry Foundation. And this website has tons of good poetry information. It's very, very thorough. And you should see right now on my screen there is more information than you probably expected here. There's links to poems such as I Too, Mother to Son, which is one that we actually have read in class. So you can get as much information as you want here. There's even a link here to the poem that we're reading today, Harlem. So I'm going to click here and you can see the poem itself is here. It has a poem guide. You can click on View Poem Guide, and this will give you even more information specifically related to this particular poem. So I'm going to go all the way back to our lesson itself. We have the poem posted here for you, and you should see that coming up on the screen right here. I'm highlighting it. And then as you continue down, you have two questions. What do you think Langston Hughes is conveying about dreams? This is a simile lesson, so look at the similes that he's creating. If we go back up to the top, right? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun? We're talking about a dream here. Or fester like a sore. Look up the word fester if you don't know it. And then run. Does it stink like rotten meat? Or crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet? Or maybe it just sags like a heavy load? Or does it explode? So you've got several instances of simile happening here in the poem, and I highlighted them as I went through. What do you think these similes help convey about dreams? What do you think Hughes is choosing to, why use similes in order to get this message across in the poem? If that's a confusing question, think about why he's using similes instead of metaphors. Okay, how does it help to compare dreams to things like syrupy sweets or festering sores? Both very vivid images. In part four, you're going to find out more about Harlem. So if you click on the poem guide, it's going to take you back to a page that I already took you to. And you're going to read through this information. Flipping back again to the lesson. And here, now that you've read more about Harlan Langston Hughes, explain in your own words what he's conveying about dreams and explain how his use of similes leads to the meaning of the poem. So basically, now that you know a little bit about Langston Hughes and the time in which he was writing, why do you think it's particularly important that he uses similes to convey the idea of dreams?